Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of Sailing Wicked. Yes, we are finally sailing, so now we can proudly say Sailing Wicked. This week we are visiting Annaberg Sugar Plantation and Lime Out with some new friends, searching for the elusive Caribbean spiny lobster and getting in one of our best sails yet. 4 years ago, we bought a salvage sailboat. After purchasing her, we discovered extensive fiberglass rod and took on a project that was much bigger than we expected. But now, we've moved on to Wicked full time, and it's time to enjoy the fruits of our labor.
Alright, let me take a picture.
Follow along and consider becoming part of our journey as we fill our sails with wind and give Wicked a second life. We're headed to pick up our new friends Josh and Keely aboard SVCUNT. They've just started their sailing journey as life circumstances catapulted their plans a few years forward. They were just married right here in the Virgin Islands and are enjoying their newly wedded life on the water. We're making our way to Annaberg Sugar Plantation in St. John, where we moor our dinghy in Water Lemon Bay and hike the trail where escaped enslaved persons would run to make the swim to freedom across the Narrows. I just wanted to pause and address the story I'm about to share. I'm in no way sharing this story about Annaberg Plantation in St. John to bring shame to any groups of people. I myself am of Jamaican heritage, and my ancestry is of European descent who were slave owners, African descent who were enslaved people, and Indian descent who were indentured servants after slavery was abolished. I've done my ancestry. I found records that lead from all the findings that I found down to me. So, as many of us know, conditions were brutal, or not know, but understand and have learned through education and reading that conditions were brutal, people were cruel, and the times brought the worst out of all groups. But instead of telling a story about how horrible conditions were, I found a story on CyArk, or it's cyark.org, and it's a story that brought hope to a lot of enslaved people. So that's the story that I'm going to be sharing about Annaberg Sugar Plantation. When Joe Pop, an enslaved person, escaped the dungeon of Annaberg in 1839, the full story of his resistance to the conditions of slavery was revealed. Joe worked as a houseboy at the owner's manor house, caught and punished numerous times for acts of rebellion such as stealing food. During droughts, many enslaved died of starvation. Joe was publicly flogged by the overseer, John Edwards, for leaving the plantation for a day without permission. Swearing he would never receive another beating from Edwards, Joe Pop poisoned Edwards' tea in the morning with arsenic, an act witnessed by Maria Rosina, the house girl. Edwards died that day from what was believed to be a fever. Word of the murder passed from plantation to plantation via a song sung by field workers. A similar song circulated later that year when the overseer who replaced Edwards also died of an unknown illness. Joe Pop was never prosecuted, having escaped to freedom on the British island of Tortola, and from there to a life as a crewman on a steamship. Escapes like Joe Pop's from Annaberg and the surrounding Danish plantations became especially frequent after Britain abolished slavery in 1833. Lying less than 2 miles from St. John's shore, the British island of Tortola was only a short boat ride or a hard swim away. The governor of St. John made efforts to curb escapes of enslaved laborers, setting naval frigates to patrol the Narrows that separated the Danish and British islands and building a series of garrisons in the hills guarding the route to Tortola. Remains of Leinster Bay Guardhouse that overlook Annaberg still exist today. These efforts proved ineffective as evidenced by the escape of 11 people by boat from the Annaberg and Leinster plantations in 1840. Escapees formed an underground network on Tortola that helped plan and execute further escapes from the Danish plantations. In 1848, Denmark abolished slavery in all of its territories, including the Danish West Indies. I hope you enjoyed the style of this bit of history. I hope to visit more sites like this across the Caribbean and share stories of hope. It was time to leave Francis Bay and make our way down to Coral Bay, but not before Ray jumped in the dinghy and got some of the most epic shots of Wicked under sail. Behind the scenes. Our cameraman is out there on the dinghy. What was that? That was a weird noise. I think it was a knot that came loose. Maybe this, why I couldn't pull it up. Maybe it was coiled up inside the boom and it stretched out. Bing. Hopefully. But we're heeling over just a little bit. Ray, our dear friend, is out there catching some shots of us, and the wind is pushing us over a bit. I wasn't expecting it. But all good things. It's a good day to go sailing. It's nice and sunny, cloudy, breezy, but we're about to turn upwind and get Ray back on the mothership so we can pick up our headset.
What is this, midnight?
We are sailing. We got both sails up. Mike, that's for you. So that popping noise we heard, I figured out what it was. Our slug on our main popped out.
Ray, when you're ready.
So hopefully it's not too much of an issue, but we are going to be taking now. So, never a dull moment.
Never.
We're anchoring. We only have 50 feet of chain out and 20 feet of water. We just made it to Coral Bay, coming from Francis. And I did not get that.
As you were saying, Brittany, don't mind me.
The dinghy, our tether line got caught in the prop, which has never happened to us before. I don't know how it happened because it's a floating line. And it's a brand new floating line. So Matt is getting ready to go underwater. He's gonna take the GoPro and show you guys what's up. Ray is going to assist Matt, and I'm
gonna sit back and watch.
I'm gonna make sure the boat doesn't go anywhere, because we only have 50 feet of chain out and 20 feet of water. There's our friends over there on Sea Unt. Tomorrow we're gonna hit up Lime Mount Taco. But let's not talk about tacos yet. Let's talk about getting this dinghy line from out the propeller.
Yeah,
Here, baby. GoPro. Woo, Coral Bay water. At least it's
Black Point water.
At least it's not called Crystal Bay.
Can I get my fins, babe?
What happened?
What happened is we got our dinghy line stuck under a prop. What are you doing over there?
Caribbean Adventures.
What happened, Ray? Tell me what happened.
Oh, nothing. Just a typical day in the islands. You know, trying to anchor off, cut off your fucking brand new line, get your prop all cut up. Typical island shit. No problem, man.
What he said?
What he said. Typical island life.
Island problems. These are island problems. No problem at all.
So we're anchored at Jersey Bay for a while, and our chain twisted, and we pulled it up, but somehow it stayed twisted inside the chain locker, so I can only let out like 5 feet at a time, and then I have to manually untwist it and then let out another 5 feet. So that's what's going on right now. You want to show it? Matt unfouled our prop, and we were able to anchor with the appropriate amount of chain.
Come on, Captain.
So, we decided to explore a little. Even though we've been refitting Wicked in St. Thomas since 2020, we've spent little time in St. John or any of the surrounding islands. So, all of this is just as new to us as it was to Ray. We pulled up and tied up to the dinghy dock and went for a walk to stretch our legs, and found a market to replenish our rum supply, and of course, let the fruit bandit do his thing. What's that?
What is that? Oh man, it looks like guanaba now.
Ah, but you can't talk like that. This is making it. This is making it. Oh, what is this?
Oh, man.
It's a guanaba now.
What is this? They normally tend to be bigger, though. I don't know if that's good. Is it hard?
Oh, and there's custard apple right next to it.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Oh, shit. That I don't know what it's called.
The moscas are coming.
Try to get you as much as I could.
Thank you, baby.
We load 3 guanabanas and 3 sugar apples.
Ooh. I'm on dinghy duty again. Matt and Ray are out looking for lobster. Story of my life.
Pressure. I was like, if I drop these fucking tacos, I will be very mad at her.
The time has come to try out Limeout, a floating taco bar in Coral Bay that we've heard about for so long. We met up Josh and Kaylee from SVCUNT, and the taco critics were in full force, as they are also from California. And Cali street tacos, there are no words. But the tacos here were better than expected, and I would definitely bring guests to try them out. We just weren't expecting the swim up to and from the bar.
Now for acrobatics.
I'm riding like this back of everybody.
What?
A whole boat just
You
showed
think
up.
it'll cause drag? This I'm gonna ride back. I can't make it on the boat. One margarita and 2 tacos. I can't flip over this thing.
Man overboard drill, but we used a dinghy, so it's not a real drill. We lost a cushion. I need to put the buttons on that. You know what? Probably this episode.
Never let go, Jack.
This episode, you'll see the buttons go on those cushions because it's time. And back to smooth sailing.
Oh my god, it was so amazing. You have to go, like next week.
We made it to Salt Pond and it's beautiful. Look how that Caribbean turquoise and blue. It was a little sketchy coming in because we have this reef and rock behind us, but it should be pretty dope snorkeling, so let's go. We've spent a lot of time in the water this week, and it was nice to see the variety of seascapes St. John has to offer. I couldn't tell you it's thriving, but it's much healthier than other unprotected habitats. The impact humans have is evident. It's up to us to do our best and keep educating ourselves on better practices. The USVI's not having a lobster season is wild to me. It's almost impossible to find a lobster, and at that, one of legal size. Anyway, just some thoughts of mine. we're going to end this video here, and it's a pretty long one, so we run into some engine trouble that will take a whole episode. So if you're into problem solving and tinkering, tune in next week. Ray got in all the halyard swings he could as we wrapped up his last full day aboard Wicked, but I am positive he will be back, and hopefully he brings his family with him. Tomorrow morning, we're completing our circumnavigation of St. John and headed into Red Hook, where we begin to encounter all the problems.
Our motor was overheating. Never done it before. We said we never wanted to do it, but here we are.
But it's Captain Matty to the rescue, again.